Okay, we're going to get started. We're going to try to raise this Sportsman's Condo SC2. And I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to keep it in the back of the truck because that gives it 4 foot off the ground on a little bit of an angle already. And I'm going to lag bolt the 4x4 post in. Somehow I'm going to get up here and try to feed the top ones in, and then get a rope and try to tilt it up, figuring that it's already off the ground a little bit, so we'll get past that pivot point. I did take an introduction to physical science course when I was in high school, so this should work. But we're going to we'll put the video on probably time lapse and show how we can try to get this thing up to see if this is going to work or not. Okay, we just got the legs in. Look how high up these legs are on an angle here because it's in the back of the truck. That was pretty crazy, just getting those in. Now, man, those legs are probably 14 feet up in the air, right there. And I think that's it's already touching the ground already. So what I'm going to do is tie a rope there on the metal brace on the bottom, and I'm going to get a pivot board up, down to the back of the buggy like we did the other ones if you watched the other video. And I'm hoping this one's a little bit smaller, not by much. The weight of this one isn't much less than the SC4 actually, and I'm hoping that just being up off the ground that little bit is going to help it tilt up. But let me get that stuff ready. I got to go get a board. Okay, so we're all set. What I did is I got the real big long board. I don't know how long that is. I'm going to say 16 feet. And of course I didn't bring any rope, but I always got straps. So I tied a strap there, up, over. I'm going to call this the pivot point. Leonardo da Vinci taught me this. Tied it there, another strap, tied it, and then to the chain on the buggy. So, in theory, I'm going to back up a little bit, nice and easy, and if all goes well, this thing should just tilt right up and be perfectly level. Let's see how it works.
Come here. Look, come. Look.
Okay, so it's not working because it's too skinny right here, and it's really wide this way with all that weight sticking up. When I go to pull it, it just wants to fall over. So what I'm going to do is put poles down by each leg and then tie each leg to the poles. Now I got these twisty stakes here that I had, and I'm going to try to twist them down. I got that one down a little bit, but it's pretty hard to get it to actually corkscrew its way down in there. These things don't really twist in that well. You would think that would just zip its way right down into the ground, but it doesn't. It just spins and spins. It doesn't really grab. But anyway, I'm going to try to lash those 2 legs down. If I can keep those from lifting up that way or lifting up that way, maybe if the 2 legs stay put, maybe this thing will just pull it right up. So let's try that. All right, I tried to get these things in. These anchors, they're useless. Don't even buy them unless you pre-dig a hole, drop it in and fill it with concrete. These anchors don't even grab and they pull right out. They're stupid. All right, so we're trying the dog stakes. Let's try this. Oh man, that thing's tall. I said screw it. Once that thing started going up, it was going. I just kept on yanking. I wasn't playing around with that thing. But that's what it needed. I needed that big angle to be, instead of like this, I needed it to be almost straight up. Because that rope needed to lift it instead of pull it this way. It needed to lift it up. Man, that thing is up there, isn't it? Wow. So those little braces, those dog things that I put in, it pulled out, but that's the only thing that saved that thing from tilting over sideways. So that and this one didn't move. That one was fine, but that's the leg, that's the one that wanted to come up off the ground and tilt. But that saved it just enough for it to get over that tipping point and the weight go forward. So if I didn't tie it down there, it was going over sideways. So that helped. All right, so now we're going to we got our 2x4s, and you can tell that's your ladder side right there. So I'm going to make sure that the width is perfect all the way down, and we'll start putting some ladder rungs going up. Okay, so we're putting the steps on. 12 inches. Each step up is 12 inches and 32 inches across. And I like some overhang on the sides, so you can hang something on there on your way up, or if for some reason you slip, you can hit and grab this way or this way. So first step is to get these steps all the way up, and then I'm going to put some bracing across the back and the sides, not really X's on each side yet, just straight across, so that I can lift this thing and move it in position. Okay, steps are on. That's pretty far. So that's 98 right there. So an 8-footer is only 96. So it's going to have to be higher up, or we're going to have to get 10-footers. We got to go buy 2 10-footers.
We have one.
They're 8-footers.
Oh, okay.
I could use some junk wood, but it's not pressure treated.
Just to get it over there. I mean,
We can put it across this one. We can put a brace on this angle right here, so that's not as far over. To move it. Let me hold it. Just pull it out to 96. Pull it all the way out to 96. All the way out to 96. And then slide it down. How far? We want it to go as far down as we can, and stick off a little bit. Make it stick off like, I don't know, 4 inches or so.
Right here?
Yeah, see, that's perfect. So we'll put it something like that. So it looks about 2 feet. How about 30 inches? Let's put it 30 inches up. Mark 30 inches. You got it?
Some idiot put this up and didn't take the plastic off the window.
I guess we should have took the plastic off while it was still on the ground. The safety window plastic. It's tough to get off because the windows are so small. Well, we put some cross braces on. I would really like to make the X's. But here's one thing to note if you buy these. The way they angle these brackets to come out to the points so that the legs kick out. See how wide the legs kick out? But in order for that to happen, you can't get a flat surface from this leg to that leg because they're not in line. This is actually the point of the 4x4 post. So you can see if you put it straight across, you're actually screwing into the point of this 4x4, not into the solid surfaces. So it's very difficult to find some kind of cross braces so you don't get wobble. Just really long screws to get it in there. And I did get this anchor pole in there. Man, I struggled with that for a while to get that in, but it's only halfway in. I must have messed with that and wore myself out pushing down, trying to turn that thing into the ground. But that's the safety cable, the anchor that's underneath right there. I just use a dog cable, and then I'll connect that to it like that. I'm actually thinking about getting T-posts and banging T-posts into the ground after I level it. It's not leveled yet. This is kind of where I want it, and that's the direction I wanted to face. But I think I need to bang T-posts into each corner and then lash the T-post onto the legs. Because right here, the wind whips across this field like you wouldn't believe how bad the wind gets here in the wintertime. And that is a wind sail right there. So I definitely don't trust that crappy anchor at all. If I dug up a 3x3 square, 3 foot deep, and filled it full of concrete and set that into it with the eye bolt sticking out, then I would trust it. But the way that thing screws in the ground, no way. So I think I'm gonna get T-posts and bang them in. Okay, the T-post went in. I got him in about 3 feet, pretty sturdy. Those two I'm okay with. It's just this one. I don't like how it sticks up next to the ladder as you're walking up it like this. Right next to you. But it'll hold it. It's actually windy right now. Not too bad, but definitely got to anchor these things down. Okay, so I got my wire cutters, and I'm going to start lashing these legs to the T-post. Right, well that's lashed on there. Might even put a little break, like a little strap, a metal strap around there, and screw it so this doesn't slide. If I had a bigger washer, it'd hold it. But that should hold it from the wind from flipping it over. And I got it level, a little easier. Went a little easier than I thought. The ground's really hard, but I just scraped it. I scraped and then it just fell into place. So All I got left to do now is I got a little more of that soundproofing foam. I might put a little bit in here, even though it's not really necessary, because I'm pretty far away from everything. But just so it's not echoey when I'm inside it. And then put my chair up there and put a lock on the door. And this project is done. That is done. And a good view. Hey, you know what? Let's go up there. How if we go up there and take a view? Let's see what it looks like from up here. I guess people might want to see that. Oh, it feels a lot sturdier now, even now that it's level. Okay. All right. So with windows closed, and you can hear how echoey it is in here. This is the small window. I can see the whole right side. The field. And this blind spot, this corner, is up there at that little house up there. Straight out across to where the deer feeder is. Of course, there's no food in there. And then this left side is down where a swamp is. And back here is the cornfield, but that's towards the road. So I don't even want to shoot this direction. And then right behind us is the actual barn. So out of the barn slash cabin soon to be, and right up to here. Not bad.